Do they want the legitimacy of that election tested?
Trying to turn this around.
But just enlarging upon what the point David made, it's not restricted.
Okay, hope you can see me. The reality is that I'll pick up my arms if there's an illegal vote in this country. It's time for us to pick up our arms and stop it. Here we go.
I think it's really dangerous, and it's an enormous challenge for the next president.
So, David, you're seeing that out there on the trail, if you will, where you've been traveling around the country. I want to ask you though about Trump's continued. I don't know, how do you describe the state he's in? He goes to the Al Smith dinner in New York City last night. This gets a lot of coverage today, where he, instead of doing the sort of self-deprecating jokes that people traditionally do, he really continues to go hard after Hillary Clinton.
You hear them attacking Trump.
Does it matter at this point that he's still angry?
You hear them calling him angry.
I have to say, I read all the coverage and expecting to be appalled by his speech and cheered by Clinton's. I thought they were both pretty bad. I thought they were both a little too harsh.
They slightly trashed Clinton,
particularly well delivered.
but they're about to attack Trump.
So it's going to be a very couple of years of comedy acts, no matter who's elected. I do think that his attacks, the line that she hates Catholics,
Told you so.
It's just tone deaf, and it's just inner bitterness.
Told you
that's
it's
coming to
against
the
Trump.
surface in unattractive ways. And I do think not only starting, but continuing with the claim.
It's sad when you can predict what a man's going to say.
The results of the election does fundamentally undermine the etiquette we've built up in our society.
Fundamentally, we've been undermined as human beings by this particular media establishment.
In competing for power, because we know we're all as barbaric as we could be, the whole country and the whole society.
You can't deny it.
And my critique with conservatives who say, well, I really hate the guy, but I need to vote for him because of the Supreme Court. The problem is that the moral foundation of the society, the way we interact with each other, is more fundamental than the Supreme Court. And if that gets polluted,
that's not true.
Gets destroyed by somebody.
We have to deal with the Supreme Court and how the way we communicate with each other.
That's not even on the Supreme Court because we've lost our country.
It's
and
a
so
fact.
I think their argument that the Supreme Court is worth it is basically the wrong argument when he's behaving.
Wrong argument. Bullshit. My ass. This man wants us to believe that the Supreme Court should not support this kind of ideology. You can't support this kind of ideology, but you want to force an ideology? I don't get it. This guy's an idiot.
And I remember George W. Bush at dinner in 2000 standing up and saying, look at this audience, designer dresses and white tie and tails, the haves and the have-mores. Some people call you the elite, I call you my